Nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
Episode 11. We are here.
12, or is it 11? I don't know. Episode whatever of the Nothing But Net podcast. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by a very, very special guest. Without this man, it wouldn't be possible what we have going on here today. So I'm gonna have him introduce himself.
All right, perfect. Well, for what I wanted to say, just based off the bat, like you guys seem pretty natural at all this type of stuff. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you.
But my name is Brett. I am formerly known as Basketball Studios on Instagram. I stopped doing the account, as some of you guys may know. I don't know if you want me to dive into that now or later.
We'll get into that all later, bro.
I got you. So yeah, my name is Brett. Was known as Basketball Studios, but kind of just doing my own thing now. So, but I'm happy to be here, and thank you guys for having me.
We thank you for being here, bro. We owe a lot to you, and so diving into it. For those of you guys who don't know, Brett started Nothing But Net technically for us. Brett one day posted on his story, man, just DM me if y'all want to be in a basketball group chat. I'm starting several of them.
Yeah.
And for me, I DM'd him. I said, hey, I want to talk basketball with people. And so I was in there. Jeremy was in there. Dree was in there. I also want to shout out a couple more people who were in that group chat. I want to shout out DRose Legacy. I want to shout out Cody. All right, Cody. Hopefully you're watching this. I know you still follow me, bro. I want to shout out Max Hoffman. I want to shout out Kemba Region too. Kemba Region was the guy sending us all his daily Kemba Walker stuff. So
yeah, every day, man. Every day was Kemba.
Yeah.
Chose a better player, but I don't judge. All right, you could have chose a better player, but who am I to talk? Okay, I thought Denzel Valentine was going to be something coming into the league.
Oh Lord, as a Bulls fan, don't even.
Hey, I'm a Bulls fan too, bro. It's sad. It's sad. Yeah. So let's talk about it, bro. How did you start Basketball Studios, bro?
So I kind of feel like if you go to a lot of these Instagram accounts, because I'm cool with a few pretty well-known ones, and we kind of all have the same story, where it's kind of just like there was one point, it was maybe freshman year of high school, where we realized we weren't going to the NBA, and it was just like, all right, how are we going to like express our love for basketball in a different way? So like right now I'm like 6'2", 6'3", but my freshman year of high school I was 5'2". So I know, and like didn't hit puberty. Like I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to the league. Like if I was going to the league by now, I would know. So I was just sitting back like, damn, like what am I going to do now? And I was just like, there was an account, it's kind of an OG account. I think it was these two girls that ran it. They were called Beyond the Buzzer, and they made like edits. And I was like, I always loved their edits. So I kind of tried to be like them. And then kind of started doing my own thing, added mixtapes into it where I just put like music behind all the like videos, and I did kind of like a compilation of videos and did it my own like artistic way. And then it kind of just took off from there. I think what really like blew me up was I did these things where it was like 5 players on like a top row, and then like 5 players on the bottom, and say the top row would be like the 2000s, the bottom row would be like 2010s. And I'd be like, all right, who do you think would win in each like generation or whatever? And those just with the Instagram algorithm, it was kind of like the faster likes you get and the faster like you keep getting comments, then it was like a leaderboard to where like your post would go to the top of the feed. So like I'd just be driving engagement, and then Shaq reposted one of them, and then like ever since then I didn't really gain too much followers off of Shaq reposting because he didn't tag me, which is 100% fine. I didn't expect him to, but right whenever he reposted, I was like, damn, like I got something to stick with. So it kind of just evolved from there.
The man that Shaq Diesel posted. Big Shaq. Okay. Man, shout out Shaquille, bro. Shaq, hey, hopefully you're watching this. We'd love to have you on the pod, Shaq.
Hey, I love that Shaq on here.
Yeah. So you're a Bulls fan. So what was that like? Because now I'm a Bulls fan. I grew up a Bulls fan, right? But who really got you into the game of basketball? Was it any certain players?
So my mom, it turns out, is the big Bulls fan. She's a North Carolina fan. So Michael Jordan was like her person growing up. So she was pretty good in high school. So like she was into the NBA and got me into the NBA. And so me being from St. Louis, Chicago's like 5 hours away. So it's kind of like a convenient local, like high market team. And then I played NBA 2K a lot. And then like in 3rd and 4th grade, I kind of played soccer, baseball, and all that type of stuff. But then I was playing 2K and I was playing with Kyle Korver on 2K11. Like that dude on 2K11 was fire, bro. Like Steph Curry type player. So then I was like, Mom, there's this dude on this game, Kyle Korver. Like, get me his like jersey or whatever. Like, get me like a t-shirt. So I went to school. Everybody was like, well, DRose is really good. And I was like, bro, who's that guy? Like me being like 8 years old, I was just like, who's that guy? Like Kyle Korver's the thing. Dang. And then so I went home and I went on YouTube and I looked up Derrick Rose highlights, and I won't forget, it's this XD Factor video and the thumbnail's black and white. And it was my first video I ever saw of MVP DRose highlights. And whenever I saw that dude do all these acrobatic layups, bro, I like fell in love immediately. I was like going outside doing like the up and unders and all that type of stuff, all the crossovers. I thought I was much more than I really am, but I was like, I'm going to the league after this. But yeah.
MVP DRose, man. DRose is my favorite player. All right, to this day, same for Jeremy. Every time I watch DRose play basketball, I take it as a blessing because
yes,
I saw this guy at his peak in Chicago. I've saw him at his lowest times in Chicago. I saw him at his lowest times in New York, in Cleveland, Minnesota.
Yes. Cleveland,
right?
Bro.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Nightmare. Cleveland was a nightmare.
Yes.
Nightmare.
The whole team was.
That was crazy.
He did play for the Timberwolves. We do have a fellow Timberwolves fan on the podcast, Dree. It's not a good season for unfortunately. But I can't talk because I'm a Bulls fan, and we know how they played this year. Okay, we got the Vucevic trade, and that was it. That was like the best.
Some hope.
There
was some hope, but no.
We'll let Alonzo work them.
And Alex was hyping all that stuff up, man.
Hey, I was ready. I thought we were going to the playoffs. I was thinking playoffs, play in. I was ready. I was a hype Bulls fan. I was about to order my jersey and everything. I had it ready on the phone. I was like, hell yeah, Vucevic and they're all-star. Let's go. But hey, we saw what happened. But so Brett, do you have any advice for these small IG pages, especially one like mine? Because I've been stuck on the same amount of followers for the last like year and a half, bro. So you got any advice?
I would say, for one, honestly, Instagram is just hard now, just as how many people are on it. TikTok has a lot of white space. So my plan in the future, so you guys can kind of like dig from this, is I want to like do my own podcast, but I know like trying to come up with an own like account on Instagram is going to be tough, just because right now, unless you run like Facebook ads and all that type of stuff, then maybe you can get your posts out there. But my strategy is going to be go on TikTok, try to just gain, because TikTok, if you hit the For You page, you're going viral like in a second. You just need one random video. I know from TikTok, my least favorite videos I've ever posted have hit 1 million views, and then my favorite ones hit 2 views. So it's like, it's such a hit or miss on there. But if you get some TikTok clout, you can use that to branch off and advertise on the other things. So I would say create a TikTok where maybe you post podcast highlights. So like if you have like a funny like portion of the podcast, post it on there. If you have a crazy hot take, post it on there, and just try to get some clicks from it. And then from there, you can go advertise the Instagram, YouTubes, and all that type of stuff.
We have had a few bullet takes on here. One of our hosts, Jeremy here. You can tell him what you did. Just tell him what you already did.
What did I do? I don't remember.
What did you put Julius Randle on, bro?
I put him on my second team.
You put him on his All NBA second team, bro. I
don't know how much I disagree with that though.
Yeah. What?
He's definitely a third teamer, 100% third team.
That's what we were saying, but he had him on All NBA third team, second team. Bro. I was like, come on. He's like, their second team numbers, and Dre, you made the solid mistake, but we forgave you for it. He put Rudy Gobert on All NBA third team. But
it matters. It matters for Kevin Durant, Giannis, Jokic, and Joel, and Anthony Davis all fall, and LeBron. That's Julius Randle's competition, which is 6 players. So
AD doesn't make it though. I didn't put AD.
He didn't put Anthony Davis at all. I did because
I think I did. I think I put him on my third team. I think.
Yeah, one of the fans, one of the few viewers that we have can go back and watch those videos. Oh, and we forgot to tell you, make sure you guys go like this video and subscribe because our last video did bomb ass poorly. Straight up with you guys. Our last video did poorly. You guys can do better.
Yeah.
All right, I can feel it. Especially with Brett here now. Brett, we appreciate you so much.
yeah, for sure, bro.
We wanted a guest on here. We were like, what better guest than you to be our first one? So
First one. Wow.
Yeah, your first guest, bro. Yeah, we're 12 episodes in. We're just trying to grow a page out. So hey.
I feel as long as you believe.
Of course.
That's all that matters.
So I'm gonna let my other co-host take it away. Jeremy Dree ask away. Ask Brett whatever y'all want.
Go ahead, Dre. You start it off, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So, what do you think about the NBA playoffs so far?
Right. Like every single series is low key a must watch. I guess other than this Bucks and Heat series, it's kind of just, but like,
I thought the Bucks and Heat will be much better, but don't.
I know. I thought so too. It looks like the Celtics are most likely going to get swept, maybe gentlemen swept. But like, I feel like the 2 most interesting series is going to be New York and Atlanta and the Lakers and the Suns. Like each game between the Lakers and the Suns is so chippy and just so competitive. And like we saw LeBron embarrass Jay Crowder last night. Like that was.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
bro. And then Jay Crowder kept going up on him. I was like, bro, just quit, just guard somebody else. Get Kyle Bridges on him. But the New York and Atlanta are like 2 teams that are so like evenly matched to where it's like it's not like it's like a super team versus a bum team. Like both teams are like these like just hard fighting young like future teams. So I don't know if I'm just high on New York and Atlanta because I'm a huge DRose fan, and I think DRose versus Trae Young's a nice little thing to watch. But bro, DRose putting up some numbers over there in New York, 26-4-4 in the last game and 17-5-5 in the game before. So yeah, that's my thoughts on playoffs. But I mean, I want to hear your guys' opinion too. I don't want to be the only one.
That's the DRose effect, bro. You get him on your team that he's gonna work out for you, right? The Hawks, they've been stopping Julius Randle. I've seen them hit him with double teams. I've seen them just put John Collins on. I've seen him put a bigger guy in Clint Capella on him. And Randall's been struggling a lot, right? He did have 15 and 12, but what's that gonna get you? All right, it's Julius.
That defense though, like it's really like like they're just loading up on him though. Like
That's
a lot of him, like they're playing zone on him and everything. So like he has he's getting like airspace though. But I mean but when you have DRose in there who can also break down the defense and also find shooters, like it's gonna help out. So yeah.
Trae Young's not playing good D on DRose. That's why DRose.
No, like Trae Young cannot guard a park car. So come on now.
That's why DRose at 26.
Like I love Trae Young, but he can't. No. But he's still putting up 30 points a game. So who am I to say?
I told you.
Hey, Dree, nah, bro.
I told you that he gonna average about 30.
I know. Like Trae Young's about like 5'11", but he's putting up 30 points a game though. Like plus I think New York has the 4th best ranked defense though. So it does, like Trae Young's so small, but he can like weed through defense and like his floater gets on my nerves though, because he's gonna make it about 95% of the time. So just gotta live with it though.
That's coming from a Knicks fan in Jeremy. Jeremy, we saw you put that jersey on. Okay, you
can't put no jersey on, man.
Riot, bro. We know you got DRose Knicks jersey over there.
Hey, I got one to the left of me right now. Now you say
Hey, I might have to get one. I don't know yet though, because is DRose. You never know. What if he returns, bro? What if he comes back?
He's not coming back, Alex.
He's not coming back to Chicago.
Not gonna happen, but I'm just saying. Hey, for a rainy day, you never know. Okay,
I start crying if I saw that happen.
He's not.
Oh,
He's not gonna.
It's not
I
happening,
was in the
bro.
family room. I saw my phone. I was like, this is not happening.
After what they did to him, I don't think he's gonna come back. Like,
No.
to
I never
Chicago.
been more pissed off at Garpex after that. Like I was
Well,
mad.
Foreman and John Paxson had to go.
Bruh, I was at a so in St. Louis there was a preseason game here. It was back in 2015 or 16. And I saw Gar Foreman. He was walking down right next to me, and bro, like I don't want to say anything to get me in trouble or anything, but bro, I just wanted to like spill some popcorn on that dude's head or something. Like I was like, I cannot stand that nasty mustache. Oh my god, bro.
We saw what happened with Paxson and Foreman. Obviously, they got relieved of their duties.
Yeah, and they got
Wes came in.
Billy Donovan in there. So maybe DRose looks at that, and DRose has said in interviews, and I read his book, he said his return to Chicago is not impossible. Like he could return there. So if I saw DRose shave that head off and put on a white and red jersey again, I'd see some tears in my eyes.
Go back to the way to the
Right here.
Yes, that book right there.
I got it right here. I had to get it. He's DRose. He's absolutely special to me. I owe it all to DRose for getting me into this game. I'll never forget that Christmas Day, DRose and Kobe. That was the game where I was just like, it's basketball for me. Like,
Yeah.
that Christmas Day game, man. Rose and
Christmas
Kobe.
Day, man, versus those LA Lakers, man.
Mm.
No.
Well,
Exactly.
So, Brett, we wanted to talk to you about, because we've had this here frequently. Us three, we don't have a GOAT. Like we're appreciating greatness for what it is, right? We had Jordan, we had LeBron, we had Kobe, we had Bill Russell. Do you have a GOAT? Do you just appreciate greatness? Do you think Mike is better than Bron? Do you think Bron's better? What is it?
So a few things. I would say I would like to lean towards more of the appreciating greatness, because at the end of the day, it's everybody's opinion. So it's just like you're gonna get the old heads, you're gonna get the new heads. To me, LeBron's my GOAT. For one, I feel like I just can't say Michael is, because like I know I'm a Bulls fan, whatever, but I can't just be like, no, he's a GOAT. Go look at Michael Jordan highlights. Like we can go show you top gen J.R. Smith highlights to a random person and convince them that they're the GOAT. Like I don't let like highlights take it away. I know LeBron has had some bad moments, but Michael never had his failures posted all over social media, because there wasn't a social media. So we never got to see those Shaq and the Fool moments of Michael. And we know they happen. It happens to every player. But LeBron, to me, I always say there's nobody that ever formed a super team to beat Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan kind of was a super team. And whenever Michael left for baseball, they still almost made the finals or something. But every single time LeBron leaves a team, they end up getting a first round draft pick, top lottery pick. So
Thanks.
Yeah. I feel like to me, like I feel like the GOAT thing is like disrespectful, because that's like you're taking away the greatest from other players by saying this one person is like up here and everybody else is down here. So that's why I feel like, there shouldn't be like a GOAT or the greatest ever.
well, I don't like what people do is during a Michael and LeBron debate, they try to make one person look like a terrible player. They're like, well, look at how LeBron throws it out of bounds. It's like, bruh, like if you are top 20 all time, we have to think like whoever number 1 is and whoever number 20 is, if you put them on a court at the same time, you're not going to be able to tell who's that much better. Like at the end of the day, these guys are so goddamn good to where like top 1 through 20, like we may think that it's a big gap, but number 1 and 20, we're all humans. We're all in just one body. None of us have superpowers. Like number 1 and number 20 is not that far apart from each other. So to say that, oh, Dwayne Wade's maybe number 20 and Michael's number 1, put them on the court at the same time in their prime, you're barely going to tell the difference of who's really that much better.
Yeah.
That's a good take. Yeah. I like it.
That's coming from a Bulls fan, bro. I hated LeBron for so many years.
Oh, I did too. Whenever it was LeBron versus Derrick Rose in every single playoff match, I hated that guy.
And don't you mention that 15 game winner, man.
I know.
Mother's Day, I was coming home from church, turned the game on. I had my church stuff on, LeBron.
Yeah.
What happened
I'm not
before
gonna
that though?
I'm not gonna lie though, like around 2011, like I thought like the Bulls really had a chance to beat the Heat that year, like because I think they had the best record. I think they had the best record in the league, and like, but you know, it's a difference between the regular season and the playoffs. But you know, the Heat were on another level. But I did thought that the Bulls was gonna beat those guys like that year.
That was our own weakness, bro. The LeBron and that Heat team, man, and DRose's injuries. Honestly, I was ready, right? I love what DRose and Joakim had going there. I love the addition of Lil Deng and Boozer. That just added to it, all right.
Plus their defense was like, boy, that defense was suffocating. Like, bro,
only if you guys would have got Carmelo that year.
Oh
no. I'm sorry, but I'm not a Carmelo believer at all to this day.
Yeah, I forgot that you are a Melo hater, you know.
Damn, you guys remember that stuff?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was the one commenting under the post.
Nah, man, I always said
Melo
low
wanted
shooting
that money. That was it.
I know. And
about his legacy, I'm like, wow, man. Like,
I gave him a chance whenever Derek went to New York, but
like win with DRose.
Hey, that team was stacked though in New York. You had Joakim, you had Melo, DRose, young Chris,
Alex,
take Joakim
Brandon
out.
Jennings off the bench.
Take Joakim out, Alex. Take him out.
He doesn't like Joakim Noah for some reason.
I mean, current Joakim Noah, like say past 5 years, is kind of garbage. But
talking about 2014 Joakim Noah, like
yeah, he was a great defender.
And one of the best playmaking big men too.
Great passer too. Like
offensively, I'm not worried about Joakim.
Hey man, call bodies though. Man postered.
He did body Paul Pierce. I mean,
hey, half my mixes on Instagram didn't get copyrighted for music. We'd still be able to view them in the US. All right. Some people can't view them in Canada. Some people can't even view them in the US. Shout out to you, Instagram, for banning half my content. But
yeah, bro. I understand that. I understand that struggle. If you have something that you're like, this is fire, like this one's gonna be the one that takes off, post it, get a little red exclamation mark, and you're like, great.
Hey, I got several of those, bro, and I'm surprised. My highest viewed one, I have two of my highest viewed ones. My first one is Derek Rose. That one has like 175 views, and my Bogdanovich one for some reason has like 160 views. I don't know. Bogdanovich is really popping that badly. I was like, damn, okay, shit. So Bogdanovich really helped me out on that one. But
I have a question for Brett. So let's see. So talk about Portland. So Portland loses again. Do you think that Dame Dollar should consider like leaving Portland because Dame's been swept numerous times by Golden State. He got swept by New Orleans back in 2018. Like Dame cannot just stop getting swept. Like he has not made it to at least the conference finals in like 3 years now. So what do you think? Like, should the Blazers just break this core up of Lillard and
they have to. They have to. Like, for one, the coaching is like once they double team Lillard, it's like everybody on the court just like, well, looks like we're losing this game. Like they stay stagnant on offense if Damian Lillard's being doubled. Damian Lillard tries to carry the weight. I saw that game too against the Nuggets. I think he does
try to carry way too much though.
He does.
There's games he really wants to take over, which he does, but it doesn't really help out because Jokic is still busting the ass down the back of the end. So So what do you think?
It just seems kind of like back whenever it was John Wall and Bradley Beal on the Wizards, and same thing with say Russ and KD on the Thunder. It was all right, if it's not in KD's hand, it's in Russ's hand. If it's not in Russ's hand, it's in KD's hand. If it's not, if it's not in Wall, it's in Beal's hand. It's just that type of thing where they rely way too much on CJ and Dame to carry the load, to where it's once Nurkic gets the ball, he's instantly looking to give it right back to Dame. It's you can't be doing that. It's just a team that relies too much on Dame. Dame, he can go off for however many points he wants. He can hit however many threes he wants in a row, but their defense with Nurk and with Dame and CJ is just god awful. Carmelo doesn't help at all.
Man,
So
Nurkic
they can-
on Jokic is just barbecue chicken, like
I
Shaq
know.
said, barbecue
And
chicken, man.
that-
I don't know why you got Canner. Why do you have Canner guarding Jokic for, man? It's barbecue chicken every time. I sit there like I sit there just shaking
my thing with the Trailblazers is yes, they can score 120 points, but they're going to allow 140. So it's just like it's just I think it's a team that needs to be broken apart. They need to go into a Detroit Pistons mode where they just trade everybody for some picks, have a and just ride it out and get Dame maybe to like the Lakers or something.
Oh no, New York.
I see it totally differently. Like we need to see CJ McCollum step it up for me, right? That's one thing, right? For me, I think like when John Wall got injured in Washington, we saw Bradley Beal went off. Bradley Beal carried the team. So we need to see CJ McCollum do something like that, where if Dame wants to sit out 1 or 2 games, we need CJ McCollum to bring his full force. We need CJ to play the best basketball of his career. But
before I forget, he have a few times, especially like when times in the playoffs where Dame has shrunk under the pressure, where CJ has stepped up like numerous times.
Back in 2019, though, like CJ had to step up because like Dame was having a very off night, so so CJ had to go off, or else like Denver was going to beat them in 7. So we got to see that more CJ though.
But with the Blazers though, one thing I've noticed, and it basically it's with their centers, right? They can't get a good center, right? In the bubble, Hassan Whiteside pissed me off. I've never seen a lazier player, right? Yeah. Hassan Whiteside was playing lazy ass basketball.
So much like potential, but it's just wasted. Like he's like right now he's just like Andre Drummond though. Like he's just lazy, man. Like dude can rebound like crazy, but like defense and offense, like he just stands there like.
Same with Nurkic though.
Favor running, so.
How high are you guys? How high are the Blazers willing to pay Nurkic, right? Because we've seen Nurkic.
He's 15 million. He's 15 million a year, and that's it to me.
At least 15 million.
He's not playing good defense.
Offensively,
a bucket offensively, but what's that gonna do for you? One bucket. You need a guy who's gonna battle in the paint. You need a guy who's gonna go to war for you on the defensive end. Grab those boards. You need a guy who's gonna just stop one of the best centers in the league from scoring the basketball, right? That's impossible to do because he's Nikola fucking Jokic. Yeah. But honestly, Yusuf Nurkic, if they stepped it up or if they somehow got a better center, the Blazers would be much better, right? When they got Robert Covington, when they added him, they got much better defensively because we saw what Rocco did as a small ball 5, right? He held his own against the Lakers for a little bit, right? He did get a few defensive stops on AD. He did get a few decent rebounds here and there, but honestly,
it small ball all the time though. It's
He can play good D. I like it. He can still play great defense, but at the end of the day, it's just that's not enough, especially for Portland. Why they signed Enes Kanter, I don't know.
Oh my God!
Enes Kanter always seems like a good piece on paper, but once he starts playing, it's just like
yeah.
For me, the only time he was solid was when he was in a Knicks jersey. But honestly, not even them, bro. Celtics.
Thunder. I would say Thunder.
Thunder Kanter.
He was better.
Thunder Kanter was better. Thunder Kanter was better.
Who you guys got for Coach of the Year?
Monty Williams. No question. Monty Williams. I would say Tom. I would say Tom Thibodeau. But what Monty Williams is doing, especially what happened last year in the bubble when they went 8-0, like I mean, like wow, like but from going to not being a player last year to number 2, like that's just a big step up. Plus getting Chris Paul too, like I'm like Alex said, Chris Paul can average 6 points and 10 assists, but your team's going to be so much better because of that leadership role that he has taken. Hey,
I've said that several times, bro.
The Thunder last year had a 0.1% chance of making the playoffs. And guess what? They took Houston to 7 games. Like, who'd expected that? You know what I'm saying? No.
Jeremy, I've said that exact same thing on this podcast about Chris Paul, right? Chris Paul can have the worst season of his career, but you're still going to the playoffs, right? No matter with what coach. Chris Paul makes his players better and his coaches better, right? Monty Williams, we see him what he does on a court, right? And he just tries to motivate his players to play better. Obviously, he's changing.
I love his personality so much, bro.
Him and Chris Paul like have like the best chemistry though, like for real, because like he trusts Chris Paul.
Changing good lineups too, though, right? Obviously, he did have that flop with Jay Crowder on LeBron, but he threw Mikal Bridges in there. Mikal Bridges, he was holding LeBron. I love Mikal Bridges. He's one of my favorite defenders in the league. I love defense, so that's why I love watching players like him, Matisse Thybulle, Marcus Smart. I love watching those guys play basketball because of their effort on the defensive end. But with Mikal Bridges, you put Mikal Bridges against one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball, and he's holding him, right? Now he might not be holding him to 20, but he's at least stopping him from scoring.
We're just making it harder. To score.
Yeah, there's no such thing as stopping a player, like especially that caliber player. So
yeah,
no,
there isn't. You can stop the shittiest.
Like how they said Iguodala stopped LeBron in that finals.
Averaged
45, 16,
LeBron still averaged
60.
30 a game.
That's crazy. And the crazy thing, they was thinking about giving LeBron the Finals MVP even if he lost. So
he should have, bro. Like
he should have got
Dovo as the second best player. Like,
true.
They really gave that man Iguodala a whole Finals MVP off the bench.
I know. Like
to hold LeBron to 35, 18, and 17.
35, 9, and 10. So there you go, right there. Yeah.
I have a question, Brett. So what are your thoughts on the Clippers this year? Do you think that they are getting exposed in the playoffs?
I'll never believe in any team that Paul George is on.
Dang.
You know what? I got some shit to say about that, bro. Everybody, that pandemic peace slander, I hate it. Paul George is one of the best two-way players in the NBA.
How do you whenever you're on the Thunder, how do you let a rookie Donovan Mitchell beat Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Steven Adams, and Paul George?
I don't know.
You can't say nothing about that. You can't say nothing about that.
I'm still on it. I hate when people do this pandemic peace shit because when Paul George dropped 33 points in back-to-back games, where were those people calling him pandemic P, right? They were.
But that's like what he should be doing, though.
I get that. I see where you guys are coming from, but the man missed one shot off the backboard and people started.
Oh, no, I don't hold him to that.
Exactly, bro.
That's what I'm saying about this whole social media stuff. Like, Michael definitely missed something very badly, but obviously we're not going to see it. But Paul George hits it one side off the backboard, and now we're like, he's the worst player ever.
Hey, but there's a reason why Kawhi Leonard chose him to go to LA.
But it hasn't worked. I
think
the reason though.
And I told the guys this on the podcast. I said if the Clippers lose or get swept or whatever, that Paul George is gonna be to blame. Like, he's gonna be the scapegoat.
It will be. But I just there's something about him, and there's just something about how and it's not all him. It's just the whole Clippers team in general. It just seems fancy. It seems nice. It seems all like, oh, we're the next thing in town in LA. But it's like they don't make adjustments at all. Ty Lue, I will never take serious as a coach. Sorry,
bro.
Ty Lue and Paul George as two people that are leading the team, and then you got Kawhi, which I can believe in Kawhi just because of what he did on the Spurs and then the Raptors. But it seems nice on paper. It seems like a nice commercial, but at the end of the day, the product kind of just is not there.
Yeah.
You guys got to think about it this way. All right. Kawhi Leonard, he's going to get to his spots any day, right? He's Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
His thing, right? But I want to know about the Clippers. You paid Luke Kennard that much motherfucking money. All right. Yes, we're going to swear on this episode of the pod. If you don't like it, click the fuck off.
Okay. I've been wanting to this whole time. I didn't know what the.
No, you can.
Hey, by the way, we got 2 minutes until.
Yeah, I see that, bro.
I just don't want us to end and
$64 million to not play a single minute.
Yes, this man is getting DMP coaches' decisions, and he's getting paid that much motherfucking money. Yeah. I don't understand this shit, LA. Come on, Clippers.
Then you play. True. Marcus Morris 4 years, $64 million too, to come off the bench and shoot 20-something% on the field. You're just overpaying guys.
It's questionable. They got some questionable things going, especially why the hell did you bring Rondo to the team if you're gonna play in 15 minutes. And
Yes,
not
he needs
start
to be
him.
getting
Like,
25 plus minutes a game.
Rondo
Easy.
should be
you should definitely
25,
start
30.
him over Patrick Beverley. Sorry, Alex, but
But
Rondo should start
who's
him.
the vocal leader on that team? That's why I'm saying I can't believe him. If Paul George nor Kawhi are the vocal leaders, what NBA team ever has had a vocal leader that's not the second or first option?
Right.
True.
True.
I mean, just like on the Raptors, like when Kawhi was there, it was Kyle Lowry who was the vocal leader on the
He's
team.
the second option though. But if Kawhi is refusing to talk because he leads by example, which is bullshit. Like you need to just lead by talking and by example if you're the leader of the team.
But the Clippers, they're gonna get dominated by Mavs. I got the Shams notification that Serge is out this game, so that's a big loss for the Clippers. Dree, you did say you'd rather have Rondo over Beverley. I see where you're coming from. Patty Bev is still my boy. No, don't get it wrong. Patrick Beverley's my guy. What you mean, Dree? Come on.
You
Hey,
know how I feel about Patrick Beverley, bro.
man, that man averaged how many in high school in Chicago? 38, man. Shout out Patty Bev, bro.
But we don't care about what you did in high school. We talking about now. What are you doing?
I bought a full S Patrick Beverley card. I got it in an album over here. I bought 2 of them.
I think, to me, I just think that the Clippers are basing their players and people are hyping like the Clippers are based off of resumes and what they did in the past.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I think.
It's true. Y'all think Montrezl Harrell was kind of like he was their emotional anchor on the Clippers, right? He brought them a lot of stuff, but you guys think they got worse without Trez, or y'all think they got a little bit better without Trez?
I mean, they got rid of Lou Will too, so
yeah.
I think they should have kept Lou Will because that took scoring off the bench. I think if they would have traded at least Pac Bev or any other player off the bench, I think they would have been better, especially with.
That's why they signed Reggie Jackson. Come on. That's why Reggie Jackson got a contract with them. The fuck?
I forgot about all these players on the Clippers. That's how much like the Clippers I don't care about. Like I forgot Serge and Reggie Jackson were on that team. And that's sad to say.
I watch a lot of every team. All right. I watch so much basketball. I get home, it's basketball all day, every day for me. So I've been watching a lot of teams, right? Some teams I didn't really pay attention to. All right. I didn't pay attention to the Cavs or Pistons that much or the Rockets, but I did watch a handful of games and it was just fun because they were all young players and I like watching young players do great things. So that was fun. I watched a lot of Sacramento Kings games. All right. Sacramento basketball was just damn, De'Aaron and Tyrese. Those are my guys, bro.
I do want to say, because I'm boys with somebody on the Pistons, look out for Tyler Cook. That's my man from St. Louis. I do some work with him, and I feel like he's worked his way up. He was in the G League, then he went to the Cavs. I'm not sure exactly how it's all gone, but he's on Cavs, Nuggets, Nets. Now he's landed on the Pistons. So I think he was on the Timberwolves for a second too, but he's on the Pistons, signed his contract. So watch out for Tyler Cook. That's all I'm going to say.
He's a good asset for me too.
Yeah. So I got a question for Brett. So who is your MVP this year?
Low key to me, it's Steph. Even though he's on. I mean, Joel has missed a lot of time. I know I'm basing it off of like, I know how they are. No, Jokic. It'll be Jokic.
Yeah, please.
I don't know why I blanked on Jokic. It'll be Jokic, but I was thinking Joel or LeBron or not AD because he kind of had a down year this year, but they both missed a lot of time. But the only reason why I would say Steph too is because anytime he wasn't playing, that team would get blown out by 50 points or more.
Yeah.
But anytime he was on the court, it was actually like a good game. So
Steph was also fighting for a playing spot too. Yeah. So
that also brings me to a question. I say it's every time. All right, wasn't Russ a 7th seed and he got MVP?
No, he was 6.
But at the same time, he wasn't fighting to get in the playoffs though.
I get that, but if there was no playing tournament, let's say the Warriors took the AC, all right, it would be different. All right, then people would say Russ was a 6 seed, Steph could be the 8 seed, and they
My
start.
thing too is the MVP is never who's the most valuable player. It's always just who had the best season compared to what their expectations are. So
should.
like,
They should, bro. They should eliminate that. There's not one valuable player in the league. Now there's valuable players per team, right? You can give that award out, but who wants to do that for every team?
Like, it's just like, yeah, like I'm like, yeah.
I mean, I think they should change the criteria for MVP.
Yeah,
Or,
same.
like,
Most
the prestige.
valuable player though, like
they should look at what's the record without them. Like, and obviously it'll be hard to base that because what if a player doesn't get injured? But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like every year, like the MVP, like, well, who was it last year? Was it Giannis again?
yes, it was. Yeah.
Like, come on, like,
Yeah, Giannis won back to back.
and that's like hard in the season before that, just because of some 30-game point scoring streaks. But
this season, everybody was going into it. Oh, Luka's gonna win MVP. Luka's gonna do this. Luka's gonna do that. First few games, Luka shit the bed. First few games, Maverick shit the bed.
oh yeah, he was like 19% from three for like the first portion of the season.
Yeah, he came back all fat and shit. Like Zion's fat ass. But I'm not gonna get into talking about Zion. I've said my personal shit. I've voiced my opinion on podcasts several times. All right,
Yeah.
I've talked mad shit about Zion. I used to talk shit about Zach LaVine, but me and Zach we're cool now. We're boys. We're boys now. I apologize publicly.
Because we made you, Alex. Mean Dream made you.
Yes.
Yeah, we made you.
Have y'all met anybody in person? Any NBA players in person?
Yeah, I met a fair amount. I met Horace Grant, Bob Love, Kendrick Nunn. Shout out K Nunn. That's my guy.
I met Tristan Thompson.
I met so many, bro.
About it, yeah.
The goal is to get that one kid from Chicago on the podcast for us to meet him. The goal is to get that kid from Chicago.
They did Rose.
I got a chance.
That's been my goal forever.
I got a chance to meet. What's the dude that played for the Pistons? Is around 20. Oh, I got to meet Ish Smith.
Ish Smith, yeah.
I got a chance to meet him, and I met Josh Smith too.
Ish Smith can keep a fucking job, bro. He's everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Like Trevor Ariza too. He can pass around like a blunt, man. For real, for real.
He's never out the league though. He's never out. He's like an Austin Rivers. He's always going to be on some roster somewhere.
Hey, Austin Rivers was bringing me back to those high school highlights of his life.
Austin Rivers had some good highlights back in high school, man. For real, for real.
I know.
Man, Ball His Life highlights overhyping the shit out of him. They overhyped the shit out of Nico Mannion. Out of all those, man, that shit is funny. But honestly, I want to go back to MVP voting and hell, just voting in general for these awards, because you had the media vote and you had players, coaches vote, right? But when you had the media vote, like to me, Access Fest episode, it really got me mad when I saw last season that Patrick Beverley got a vote for Defensive Player of the Year. All right, man got one vote. Who gave that guy the right to vote? Who gives these CBS newscasters the right to vote?
I feel like it's those people that are associated with that team is whenever they vote for that weird player. I was looking at the 6 Man of the Year thing, which Derek should have won. But I was looking at 6 Man of the Year, the voting for all of it. I forgot who was on there, but it was some one-off I can't even think of who it was, but I was thinking the same thing as you. I was like, how are they on here? It was Gary Harris or something. I was like, why is
vote? If you had the fans vote, hell, if you had the fans vote, the fans with the logic, the fans who actually sit there and watch the game and see what these players are doing, they should get the chance to vote. They should get the chance to decide, right? Oh, this player is doing this well, he's doing that well, but he's doing that badly. So they should get a chance to vote, right? And obviously players, coaches, you play against these guys, you see what they're doing, you see how good they can be, you see how bad they can be. So at the end of the day, it's just, why are we letting these media people who don't watch the game vote?
Especially for people who they favor certain players. Mm-hmm. That's what mostly about. They favor certain players, so of course they're gonna pick, who they're gonna pick.
That's true though, because when like my boy Pierre said, shout out Pee Wee the plug, but he said the game of basketball is so simple, and the media just overcomplicates it. So the media just overdoes everything, and that's why personally, I've said this every episode, right? I'm gonna say it to Brett too. I don't watch First Take. I don't watch Skip and Shout. I don't watch any of that shit because I can't stand it. I really can't. Because when we were out in quarantine, I was flipping through the channels. I was trying to find just something to watch. And First Take, I flipped through it, right? But the heading was Jordan versus LeBron. I was like, yeah, I can't do this shit no more. I'm done. The go debate, it's over, right?
This is my thing with the media is like, what the most media team ever to me was like last year's Houston Rockets, whenever it was a small ball, only shoot layups, only shoot threes type team. Mm-hmm. And the like most non-media team in the recent years that I've seen win an NBA title is like the LeBron the LeBron Cavaliers, where you got LeBron, you got Kyrie, you got Kevin Love shooting mid-range shots. Their big man Tristan Thompson can't shoot from 5 feet beyond the paint. But they're going against a really high media, like stereotypical team in the Warriors that was 3 threes or layups. There was no mid-range shots. I'm tired of this whole like breaking basketball down to some sort of math equation of how is this team going to win versus others. It comes down to which team's going to fight for it more, which team has more intensity, which team has the most weapons as far as putting the ball in the basket, and what team has the most heart. That's exactly what it comes down to, and that's why the Heat went to the finals last year.
That's fair.
Exactly.
Hey, but think about this though. Now for me, one thing I really hate is when the media just says, "Oh, they don't shoot the mid-range shot anymore." What's DeMar DeRozan? What's Derrick Rose doing? What Russell Westbrook? Right, those guys who can actually shoot the mid-range shot and
Melo
doing it well. What? Yeah. Are you not giving them credit? Like
shit, LeBron shoots mid-range all the time.
Exactly. And so they're
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Exactly. That's right. And I see those graphs, most points scored in the paint and the 3-point line. Okay, fine. But show the mid-range.
To me, a bucket's a bucket. The mid-range is honestly a weapon because people think like now in today's NBA, the mid-range is almost one of the best shots because so many people are drilled in their heads that it's either going to be paint or three. Yeah. So where once a player like Derrick Rose hits the mid-range, they leave them wide open because they don't think that somebody's going to pull up a mid-range shot.
And the mid-range shot's so hard to guard too nowadays because you don't expect so many players to shoot that many like mid-range shots because when you see guys like Kawhi Leonard or DeRose, that's why they're so good because they shoot very great mid-range shots
because they don't expect you to pull up and then you just pull up and it's an easy bucket.
Don't forget about Melo's mid-range shot. Melo with that
I will give him credit. His mid-range was nice, but
yeah, damn. Hey, bro.
Damn, bro.
What? God damn.
I'm telling you, I was salty whenever he didn't go to Chicago in that 14-15 year. And then I was mad whenever Derek went there 16-17, I believe. I was like, all right, give Carmelo a chance. But, bro, it was hurting to watch. Every time Melo would get the ball, it's just like, all right, you might as well just go to bed. Like, dude's not going to pass it. There's a good chance that he bricks this mid-range shot.
I just said, ISO, straight ISO doing crunch time.
Were you mad when Melo hit that game winner on the Bulls? Or what was that clutch shot when he was wearing that green-ass headset?
Yeah, I mean, Melo to me is one of those players that he's one of those players that like whenever your favorite team's going against him, he hits those shots that's just like motherfucker. Like it's like he'll go 0 for 7, but then he'll hit that one like crazy shot that turns the game around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's Carmelo Anthony. That's why. Yeah. So do you have like a team you've just been watching, like a crappy team like me, the Kings? I just watch the Kings just to watch them because they're fun. The only reason I watch them is Rashawn Holmes, Tyrese, and De'Aaron. So do you have a team like that that's like a lower tier that you just enjoy watching?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like for the past X amount of years, my shit team that I've been watching is wherever Derrick Rose has been.
Yeah.
Like Timberwolves, Bulls missed the playoffs, Knicks missed the playoffs. But the Cavs sucked. Whenever he went on the Timberwolves, they made a run in the playoffs. And then next year missed the playoffs, goes to the Pistons, misses.
The playoffs.
Goes to the Pistons again, and then it was like a train wreck watching that. I was not happy that he went to the Knicks because I wanted him on a contender so bad after just seeing him lose.
I wanted
and lose
him like
and
on the
lose.
Clippers.
Yes, I wanted him on the Clippers, Lakers, or like the Jazz or something. I was like, Celtics maybe. I was like, just get this guy to a team that has some sort of hope. Then he went to the Knicks, and I was like, better than Detroit, a lot better than Detroit, but it's not the Lakers, it's not the Clippers, it's not one of those teams. But then next thing you know, they turn into a 4 seed, and it's just like, okay, like now I'm kind of rocking with it. So there really hasn't been that team other than wherever Derek's been that I've just been watching.
Yeah.
Hey, shit, the DRose in Minnesota, that's the most Timberwolves games I've watched. Hey, I've been watching basketball for a long time. Dree,
what's up with D'Angelo Russell and Cat? What?
Yeah.
Man, they ain't playing enough games together, man. I mean, I think what we need is more like chemistry. And we need Kay Cunningham too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The most fun I've ever had watching basketball is for some reason D'Angelo Russell on the Nets was so much fun to watch. Like
that Nets bench too, you know. Like
I know, doing the dances and everything, and you had Jared Dudley doing his thing against Ben Simmons.
He's like, "What's up? What's up?"
It was like D'Lo was just hitting every single shot, and then you had Jared Allen just blocking LeBron, blocking Giannis, blocking like all your favorite players. Like that was a fun team to watch. Karis LeVert was emerging, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yes,
Spencer Dinwiddie is still on the Nets roster. Think about that. Spencer Dinwiddie is still on the Nets roster. Like,
and they say he's supposed to come back sometime during the playoffs.
Hey, I can't wait for that. Man, Spencer Dinwiddie comes back. That's unfortunately that might take a roster spot away from my guy Mike James. All right, I've been watching a lot of EuroLeague basketball, and Mike James is my guy. So honestly, I gotta give him credit. Mike James, I want him to get a contract so badly. As much as I wanted to see him play for a bunch of Serbian teams, finding Russia where he's at. So I like it. But what are some other teams, bro? I've just watched so much basketball. I'm enjoying what we're getting right now in the playoffs. But
one team that I'm kind of interested in is the Utah Jazz though, because like I remember watching NBA it was on NBA on TNT. I think it was Ernie Johnson that said that he had Utah making the NBA finals. I'm like, the finals? Like huh? But like I kind of had Utah too, but like, are they really up for that challenge against the Clippers, the Lakers, Phoenix? You know, I'm like, that's a very bold take, but like, I'm like, it's realistic now. Like, cause the West right now, it's just like we don't know who's coming out though, cause you got the Lakers, the Clippers, Phoenix, Utah, you know, Denver. So you know, like I don't know. I don't like who to pick. You know, so
I got Lakers. I don't. Betting against LeBron's just never a good idea. I feel like in past years, anytime you bet against LeBron, it's just he turns you the other way.
Right.
Every time I go against LeBron ends up just destroying that team by like 30, possibly even.
The Raptors back whenever his Cavs was Raptors, and it was literally him and J.R. Smith. And that boy just hit turnaround jump shot in that third quarter or whatever. Oh my!
I think that year in 2018 is like that's when like LeBron was never like I think the first round he wasn't like favored like to come out the finals, like to go to the finals. And
that was his best year ever. 2018 LeBron is whenever I feel like his skill level and his athletic ability met.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think that was his most skill.
LeBron legalizing stuff in Canada, bro. I hear LeBron.
LeBron, man. Bro, those baby dinosaurs, man. Baby dinosaurs. I'm just say that.
Colin Cowherd always said that.
Man, hey, sweet. Like that's just so embarrassing though. Like, because in 2018, that's when the Raptors were the number 1 seed. Dwayne Casey was coach of the year, and you get swept.
And you have Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, and Valanciunas.
And you get swept.
Yeah.
By LeBron.
Basically. By LeBron and J.R. Smith.
And you get swept. Like, that must be so embarrassing, man.
And it's crazy
for the title.
And crazy thing is, Casual said that was a cakewalk. to the finals.
Bro,
So
like,
I guess it was.
Hey, but DeMar DeRozan still killing to his day. All right, one of my favorite players to watch. DeMar DeRozan to me is
He
just.
should have been an all-star though, for real.
I was so pissed off when he got snubbed.
He gave it.
I don't
They
even
gave it to
want
Mike Conley. I love Mike Conley, but not over DeMar. Like, come on.
him on the Knicks, low key next year would be kind of nice.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Mark-
Like,
Chicago, come on, bro.
Him and
No,
Zach,
bro.
him and Zach would not work at all.
Hey,
Dude, I tried to tell him the same thing, bro. That's not gonna work.
bro. Nah, shout out to my Bulls group chat, bro. Shout out to all you guys in there. They know what I'm talking about when I say we need them.
he ain't coming to no Chicago Bulls, man.
Y'all can probably get Lonzo. Y'all can get Lonzo, maybe.
Hey, I can't wait, bro. We bring in Alonzo. We can slide Kobe to the bench. All right. And easy, all right. Kobe can come off the bench. I'd rather start Alonzo. He's bringing us more defense. I'm not going to talk about Wendell. Y'all have heard a story several times. He can't guard a fucking pick and roll, so we got rid of him. Markkanen is always late closing now. He's bad at defense. Markkanen can't play basketball, bro. I want to see Markkanen go somewhere else. Ruin another franchise, not mine.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, but I want to go back to the Timberwolves for a hot minute. All right, Dre, your star player is Jake Layman, bro. All right, let's be honest. Your star player is Jake Layman.
Look at Dre, hand over his face. Hey, look, like the Timberwolves have been so disappointing. Like they literally ruined Kevin Love's prime. 26 points in 13.
Nah. Kevin Love is still a bucket, bro. Not for that much money, but
he is not 26 and 13. Kevin Love, no more. Like, look,
Nah,
Dre,
he's
I'm gonna tell you,
15 and 6.
Dre, like this is gonna hurt you, man. But like, bro, like I remember when David Stern took away those 5 future draft picks, man. Y'all ruined KG's prime too. Like, bro,
It's about to ruin Carter P. Towns' too.
Bro, because y'all was signing like elite, like, bro, like, come on, like Minnesota, man, y'all messed up, man.
Hey, if Kevin and D'Lo doesn't work, I'm surprised I'm saying this, but Timberwolves fans got to realize it. I've talked to a few Timberwolves fans on Twitter, and some of them really have to realize you're gonna have to get rid of Carl Anthony Towns and D'Lo. You're gonna have to split them up. You're gonna have to trade Carl. You're gonna have to trade D'Angelo. All right.
I would if right now, if next season, like I always say this, if Carl Towns say, "Hey, I'm not happy. I want to be traded," I will be happy. I wouldn't even be sad because he's doing everything. He's doing everything he can. You know.
I want to see D'Lo, Cat, and Booker all in Phoenix. Man. That'd actually be interesting.
I told him to come to the Timberwolves, but you know,
put Cat as the 4, Ayton as the 5.
Hey, that would be nice as hell.
Yeah. But
yeah, defense.
I was happy.
Okogie, and Joshua Okogie just runs up and down the court. All right. I was so hyped for him his first year in the league. I thought he was gonna have a lot of potential. Now this man's just back and forth, just pacing. Are you running? Are you really need cardio that fucking badly, dude?
Yeah, but Minnesota
got a bag for that though. Got a bag for running up and down.
Yeah.
Minnesota, probably one of the most disappointing franchises, man. Y'all ruined KG's prime, man. Y'all.
Bro, if I was on like Minnesota or Detroit, I would just get the ball and just start shooting every single time I got it. I'd just be like, whatever.
I told the guys this. We might as well just go ahead and pack up Seattle Supersonics. Go ahead. I'll be a Seattle Supersonics fan from now on.
Man, okay.
You also chose Johnny Flynn over Steph Curry, okay? Let that
True.
True.
Y'all had Cole Aldrich on your team, bro.
True. We had Petrovic. We had Petrovic.
We gave Felicio that much fucking money to sit on the bench, bro. All right. We gave Felicio that fucking much.
We chose Stephon Marbury over Ray Allen.
What's crazy is how Felicio has been on that team for like 7 years now.
I know. He's like
this is his last year, bro.
Him and Denzel Valentine are like, it's like, how are they still in Chicago?
Hey, I had so much hope for Denzel coming out of college. That was my boy. I got 3 Denzel rookie cards right here that I pulled. That I've been hype on Denzel ever since I saw him in Michigan State, just going crazy. And when the Bulls drafted him, I was like, oh shit, good pick. But then I realized this man was the oldest dude in the fucking draft. All right, I realized this man is not going to be able to play solid basketball. He did have that season where he averaged, 11, and he tore a ligament in his knee the whole season. and he just faded away from there.
Yeah.
But enough Denzel talk. Denzel, shout out to you. Shout out to Carlton Valentine. Follows me on Instagram. Talk to his dad a lot. Shout out to Carlton, bro. He's such a nice ass guy. Well,
I have another question. So Kawhi does leave the Clippers. What team should he consider going to?
None. He should stay on the Clippers.
I'm just saying, like, if he does leave, though, like, if
I know,
he
but
like if he pulls like a KD and just leaves, so where do you think?
Dree, what am I gonna say, bro?
I don't want
Not
to
going to no damn Chicago Bulls. Man.
Okay. All right, Jerry. You should have asked that question. Then.
The only realistic like team I can really see him on is probably maybe like the Knicks, probably.
I could see him on like Utah.
Why is the type of guy to go to Utah, bro?
He is. That's what I'm saying. Like him, like
Golden State.
That's not realistic, man.
Nah, no, the money doesn't add up. Cause Steph is
Andrew Wiggins. Every year, bro, we see Andrew Wiggins coming into the season. We think he's gonna be good, and he ends up just.
Nah, I've given up on him. Him and Harrison Barnes, I've given up on.
I've given up on Wiggins. Harry Barnes. Every time I watch a Kings game, it's sad, right? I'm basically only focused on when Tyrese, De'Aaron, and Rashawn are on the floor. Buddy Hield needs out. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Marvin Bagley, get rid of his ass too. Sacramento, I'm practically rebuilding your team for you. Kings GM, take notes. Take notes.
I just saw that Bobby Jackson is now the new head coach for the Sacramento Kings.
I'm in that fight with him and T-Mac, man. That was funny.
Hey, shit. I actually got I got a question for Brett though.
What's up?
So you've been in the basketball Instagram realm now. This question is kind of picky, but I'm gonna ask you. If you had to choose one, Hoops Nation or Dunk, who are you choosing, bro?
Bro, those are like two of my best boys.
Oh,
I'm not doing that. I can't do that.
Yeah, you don't have to, bro. You don't have to. But
Why, Alex? Why you do that, bro?
Hey,
Right.
I'm curious. Damn.
That's like telling LeBron pick between Chris Paul or D Wade as friends. You got to kick one out.
I love both of them, bro.
Both of them have helped me out so much. Like I've talked to Elliot that runs Dunk today. Buster I haven't talked to in a while, but
Buster, I see Buster in those comments every time.
Yeah, bro.
Buster's fun.
Buster,
man. He entered before I was Criminal Hoops. I would hop in his lives before I started Criminal Hoops. That shit went with just my personal account. I hopped into his lives. He answered like 3-4 of my questions. I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, like I remember back in the day we used to live stream together. Like I saw that dude. He had like 32,000 followers whenever I was hopped onto Hoops Nation. Mm-hmm. And then next thing you know, he was grinding and he was posting a lot, posting great content. All like he worked his way up there. Like, and then Dunk, I feel like he's just the biggest OG in the basketball community, honestly. Like Elliot.
Yeah, I love what he was doing with the hoops, the truck.
The hoop bus.
Yeah, that was nice as hell.
And then today, he just dropped a little collab, Dunk in Chinatown Market. So, I mean, I love what both of them are doing. So I saw Elliot in LA a couple months ago. Like, sweetest guy you'll ever meet. So yeah.
See, now I gotta ask you, bro. What? And now, if you don't mind me asking, why did you stop basketball studio?
Oh no, you're good. Honestly, there was like I would say 2 to 3 reasons. First, it was kind of like, for one, I had a job, like a full-time job, like working 40 hours a week, and my hours weren't consistent. So it'd be like mornings, night shifts. So like there was just a lot of nights where I could not watch basketball. 2, I didn't like the obligation of having to watch basketball. Like I didn't like the feeling of, in order for me to have an opinion, in order for me to be a basketball podcaster and have a basketball account, I have to watch every single game, or at least the most to my ability. Which that's not knocking anybody. Like I just wasn't in love with that. So, and then I just started liking music and fashion. I kind of just, I have like a lot of interests like fashion, music, basketball, to where I felt so restricted just being basketball studios. I was like, what can I do to be like just me? So like if I have a podcast I have one that I want to start maybe this fall. It's called like the Scattered Thoughts podcast, because I'm always so all over the place with like all my interests, to where I can just talk about whatever I want. If I want to talk about music, I can. If I want to talk about basketball, I can. It's not like I have to be restricted to basketball. So that all makes sense.
Now y'all know. Hey, shit, I could have taken the account off your hands.
There was a lot of people hitting me, but there was just something where it was like there was so much history I had with that account, to where it was just like it's just nice kind of keeping it in your treasure chest of just like this is my memory right here.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that I was thinking about giving it to, like a lot of friends that I had in the basketball community that wanted it. And I was like, I knew that if I passed it on to them, it would have been like Kobe passing the torch to LeBron. Like it was like, I knew it still would have been a great account, but I was just like, you know what? Like that was me. I'm not going to just sell my soul and give it to somebody else. And I just feel bad if I was to still follow it and just see somebody else using it. It would just be like,
it would just be awkward though. Like,
yeah,
that's what's up, man.
Now
So, yeah.
we got about 5 minutes left. So any last questions y'all want to ask our special guest?
I want to ask Brett, because we talked about this on the pod before. Do you think that championships are the end all be all for like players?
I don't believe so. I think a championship definitely helps in a conversation. So like I would still put D Wade over James Harden because he has at least a championship. I don't think that means Damian Lillard or Allen Iverson or John Stockton are not all-time greats because they don't have a championship, or like a Charles Barkley. I don't think in order to be an all-time great, you absolutely need a championship. But whenever it comes to you ranking above certain people, then like, yeah, a championship is a really like nice thing to have for your debate, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like we can't talk about like a Gary Payton having a championship on the Miami Heat as like, you know,
right.
anything
Especially
insane.
Older, you know.
That yeah.
He's like
man in the rotation had ass.
Yeah. But what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. I mean, yeah.
I agree, bro. It's not end all be all, and it for sure it's not going to determine how great you are, right? Look at Allen Iverson and his greatness, right? I still hear people to this day, man, I want to be like AI. All right.
Yeah.
It was just like his cultural influence, though. You know.
Iverson changed everything up, bro.
Right. Like dress code and everything. Like he's the coming with saggy pants, change, like nappy
tattoos, cornrows. Like,
Rodman,
that's
bro.
how it was. You know, so like he pretty much changed the game too. You know, like you know his influence though.
I think. Well, to be honest, I think it came from just the media. How they just, the whole Jordan thing, he's 6-0, nobody's ever touched that. But I think that we should celebrate players' journey, in their career over than just, a championship, because you know how hard it's like people don't understand that how hard it is to get to a finals.
People don't know how hard it is to score one bucket in an NBA game.
Exactly.
So you got a 5'11" shooting guard, Allen Iverson, dropping 35 on you.
Exactly, like bro. Like,
well, the night after partying too, bro. I'm reading AI's book right now, and that man used to go out party, drop 40. Right, go out party, drop 40. Not even practice, drop 40.
That's James Harden coming back on a strip club, but get you 44 and 17. So nothing about that.
For real.
Exactly.
But before we close this episode out, like they do on all the smoke, Brett, we gotta get a guest on here, another one, and we need you to help us do that. So who do you want to see on here?
Ooh, I'm trying to think.
That's manageable that we can get.
Lord, I've been so disconnected from the whole community for like a year now. So where it's like, who's still out there like that? What are your guys' names? that you guys
Jeremy?
Hey,
like? What are you guys like? What names are you guys thinking of?
Anything, Pee Wee the Plug, Mike, from House of Highlights, Omar,
Okay,
anything.
never mind. I'm not going to share my opinions, but okay.
But yeah, it can be anybody. Hell, Elliot. Hey, I'd love to have Elliot on.
Elliot doesn't really talk hoops though, as much as you would think.
He's a busy dude.
Well, he has a huge team around him too. I seriously don't know, bro. I've been so like, there's MDJ that ran the Swish Factor for a really long time, but he's pretty much stopped doing it because of me. I don't want to like blank on a name for you guys because I don't want you guys thinking I'm not going to help. But I seriously can't. I don't have a name in my mind.
What about Bucket Center?
Oh yeah, I have not talked to him, and I just need to talk to him again. I could see what I could do with him.
Hey, thank you, bro. We'll appreciate you for that. I'll hit him up too. But ladies and gentlemen, we are closing out this episode here. This was the Nothing But Net podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. We got Brett on here. Finally, long awaited. We wanted this for so long. He's perfect for his guest. Brett, thank you so much. We appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know if you guys need me again.
Hey,
Sure.
Maybe hey, episode 25 for a DRose special.
Episode 25 DRose special. We can do that. We can do that perfectly. So we got it. So thank you everybody for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on everything. I'll put Brett's social medias down below as well. Yeah, and I'm Alex. I'm out.
I'm Dree.
DRE.
We got Brett in the building too.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me again.
No problem, bro. And we are out. Peace. See y'all next week.